Once upon a time, in the enchanting town of Salem, Massachusetts, a young couple named Emma and Jack embarked on one of their favorite pastimes, antiquing. The day was particularly charming, the sun casting a warm glow over the quaint cobblestone streets. As they meandered through the town, their path led them to a small, out of the way antique shop filled to the brim with curiosities from the past. Emma and Jack had been antiquing aficionados for years, finding thrill in unearthing hidden gems and giving them a new home. This particular shop, with its creaky wooden floors and musty scent that hinted at stories untold, seemed full of potential. Amidst the many treasures, Emma's eyes fell upon a peculiar mirror hanging on the wall. It was ornate, with vines and flowers carved into its thick, gilded frame, suggesting a history as rich as it was unknown. The reflection it cast seemed almost unnaturally clear, inviting yet mysterious. Both drawn to it instantly, they decided it was the perfect addition to their home. Excited by their find, the couple brought the mirror back to their cozy little house and hung it in the hallway. It complemented their decor seamlessly, as though it had always belonged there. They admired it for its elegance, unaware of the chilling events that were about to unfold. Not long after the mirror took its place, strange occurrences began to disrupt their tranquil home life. At first, it was subtle, a creak here, a soft rustling sound there. They brushed it aside, attributing it to old plumbing or the house settling. But soon, these odd noises were accompanied by a more unsettling phenomenon. Items would mysteriously relocate, appearing on the floor or in rooms they hadn't entered. Despite their unease, it wasn't until one fateful night that Emma and Jack truly confronted the sinister nature of their prized mirror. Waking from thirst, Jack ventured to the kitchen for a glass of water. As he passed the mirror, he glanced into it absent-mindedly, but he froze when he saw something that chilled him to his very core. Staring back at him was not his own reflection, but that of an elderly woman, her features twisted and ominous, her eyes burning with an unnatural intensity. She seemed almost to whisper through the glass, beckoning him into her ghostly realm. Terrified, Jack stumbled back, nearly dropping his glass. He blinked, and the vision was gone, leaving only his pale, shaken reflection staring back at him. Over the next few nights, similar occurrences plagued the couple. Emma, too, witnessed the spectral woman in the mirror, her heart pounding with fear. They could no longer dismiss the link between the apparition and their newfound antique. Desperate for a solution, they decided to rid themselves of the mirror altogether. With a sense of foreboding, they hauled the mirror to the nearest junkyard, leaving it amongst the discarded relics. Relieved, they returned home, hoping to resume their peaceful lives. However, their relief was short-lived. The next morning, to their horror, the mirror was back, reattached to its spot in the hallway, as if it had never left. Faced with an inexplicable reality, Emma and Jack turned to paranormal investigators for help. The investigators arrived equipped with technology and skepticism, eager to uncover the truth. As they conducted their research, their devices buzzed and lit up with peculiar energy readings concentrated around the mirror. The couple relayed their terrifying encounters to the team, who, while intrigued, were not entirely disbelieving. During the investigation, the air grew thick with tension as the investigators witnessed items shifting and heard distant, disembodied whispers themselves. After a thorough investigation, the paranormal experts advised Emma and Jack to cover the mirror with a thick blanket and store it away, where its malevolent influence might be contained. Despite their fears, the couple followed this advice, wrapping the mirror securely and tucking it into an attic corner. From that day on, their home was silent once more. Though the specter seemed to retreat with the obscured mirror, Emma and Jack's passion for antiquing was irrevocably altered. The experience lingered in their minds, shaping how they viewed the once exciting hobby. In time, the couple moved away from Salem, seeking a fresh start far from their haunted memories. They left the mirror behind, safely cloaked and collecting dust, a relic that would guard its secrets for eternity. And while their days of hunting for antiques ended abruptly, they embraced their newfound respect for the mysteries of the past. In a quiet town, tucked away from the chaos of the city, there lived an older gentleman named Mr. Horace. Known for his love of history, particularly the Civil War, Horace spent his days surrounded by relics of the past, carefully curated in his small home museum. One day, his collection grew by one more piece, a Civil War revolver he had won in an online auction. This revolver was unique, wrought with the marks of history and carrying with it the whisper of untold stories. To Horace, it was a perfect addition, igniting his passion for the era he so loved. Excitement soon turned to unease. The first night after placing the revolver on display, Horace was jolted awake by the faint sound of distant gunshots and the clamor of battle drums. Attributing it to his overactive imagination, he dismissed it and went back to sleep. But it wasn't long before the nightmares began. Each dream was more vivid than the last, pulling him into the chaos of the battlefield, with a solitary soldier always at the center. The soldier, face weary and eyes pleading, would stand despondently, trying to convey an urgent message. Disturbed and sleepless, Horace's waking world became intertwined with the echoes of war as footsteps and hushed voices crept through his home. One night, determined to understand the source of his torment, Horace steeled himself to engage with the spectral soldier. As he lay in bed, focusing on the figure at the foot of his bed, he heard a voice, a mere whisper at first, then clearer. The soldier spoke of a curse entwined with the revolver, a curse that trapped spirits in turmoil, causing anguish to any who owned it. With a mix of fear and resolve, Horace decided he had to part with the revolver. He listed it back on the same auction site, transparently describing its haunted nature. To his amazement, inquiries poured in. There was a world of collectors, thrill seekers, and believers eager for an object with a ghostly claim. Soon the revolver found a new home, purchased by someone who longed for the mystery and thrill of the supernatural. As for Horace, the sale brought him peace. The haunting noises ceased, and the soldier, freed from his torment, no longer appeared. Horace continued to cherish his collection, but with a deeper respect for the stories, all the stories, woven into history. Though the revolver was gone, the lesson lingered. Some relics carry tales best left untold, and some echoes of the past haunt those willing to listen. Once upon a time, in a small town where everyone knew each other, a family celebrated the birthday of their little girl, Lily. Lily's parents, wanting to give her something special despite their tight budget, decided to buy a doll from the local Goodwill store. Her name was Patty. She had seen better days, but her delicate features hinted she had once been an expensive treasure. Lily was overjoyed. Patty instantly became her closest companion, never leaving her side. Her parents thought it was cute until they started noticing strange things. Every evening, as they tucked Lily into bed, they heard her conversing with someone. Peeking through the door, they always saw Lily chatting away with Patty. They dismissed it as a typical child's game of make-believe. But soon, bizarre occurrences made the parents uneasy. Items around the house would move inexplicably. The creepiest part was finding Patty perched on shelves too high for Lily to reach on her own. As days turned into weeks, whispers echoed through the house at night, and the parents felt an inexplicable, growing malaise. Oddly enough, Lily stayed as cheerful and healthy as ever. Concern turned to fear when they woke up one morning to find Patty back beside Lily, despite having decided to burn the doll the previous afternoon while Lily visited her grandparents. It didn't end there. The next day revealed scratches on their arms, and their nights were tormented by vivid nightmares. Desperate for help, the couple contacted Father Thomas, a priest known for his patience and kindness. He listened intently to their ordeal and agreed to bless the doll in an attempt to banish whatever malevolence lurked in it. When Father Thomas arrived, he carried with him not just holy water and a prayer book, but also a calm reassurance. He began the blessing ceremony, sprinkling water over Patty and chanting prayers. Suddenly, the room grew cold, and the lights flickered, but Father Thomas continued, undeterred. As he finished, Patty's once porcelain face appeared to shift, relaxing into an expression that almost seemed peaceful. From that moment, the eerie disturbances ceased. Patty remained just a doll, no longer a vessel for sinister energies. Lily, unbeknownst to the events unfolding around her, continued to adore Patty, except now with a newfound calmness in the whole house. Peacefully, life returned to normal, with the family grateful for the calm that Father Thomas had restored. While Patty stayed as Lily's cherished doll, the echoes of her haunting days quietly faded, becoming just a strange chapter in the family's life that would one day make for an unsettling tale for future generations.